Hello. We're here with Chef Turtle, David with Trap Culture, lovely lady Sheena, Chef Patrick, Eli with Robert, Pan Loco with Jesse, Tara, Joe, Purple Princess, Candy Paint, Sabroso.
So I love cannabis. I've been in the culinary industry for over 16 years, and I love to help people. So I didn't want to be just cooking food on the production line anymore, so I transitioned to the cannabis world, got into a kitchen, and then decided I wanted to start educating and teaching about the infusions instead of being on the production line.
So I make homemade Mexican sweetbread. I do regular and CBD infused.
Of Green Chief Farms. We're a Native American cannabis company out of Northern California. We cultivate on our reservation under our tribal ordinance. We have a CBD line, an extraction line, a flower line, and also a clothing line.
Canna Chef Patrick on Instagram. If you ever need me, I'm always available. I'm here to help this community feel better, feel safer, and feel smarter.
We're throwing our own networking event. It's a networking event / concert. So the idea behind it is like we are coming out with a music platform for stoners to perform in front of other stoners. And the best part is it's going to be mostly people in the industry. So whoever's a sponsor is going to X amount of tickets. I have an X amount of tickets, and then we sell about X amount of tickets. And so we all come together and have a giant family event.
First time I came across Mary Jane SmokeWear was probably my second event that I did with the Mint Cafe or Sofa King. It was concentrated comedy.
Okay, I remember
the first concentrated comedy.
Maybe 2018? Earl, I think?
Okay.
Maybe?
Probably had a sesh a long time ago.
A long time ago?
Yeah. It's probably like a couple of years.
I knew about Mary Jane SmokeWear 9 years ago when I first moved to Arizona. I found them under a different business name, Diamond Cube Promo, but I needed some t-shirts printed for this really awesome thing I was doing charity-wise.
Could have been the first CannaFest. I believe it was the first time MJSW was a part of our event. It was at Dom Life in 2019.
First place I heard about it was working at a event at Dom Life, and y'all were at there was a vendor there, and I was just talking to everybody there. Yeah.
Mita. Definitely. Yeah. I don't know, probably 4 or 5 years ago. Probably.
And how did you just come across the booth, or?
Yeah.
The first encounter was I remember it was a Frosty Fresh festival back in like 2000 something, I don't know, but
I saw it at an event, and so I kind of just was like, oh, that's kind of cool, and just kind of saw the mottos and the brand, and I was like, that's right.
I actually met them at a underground event
Many moons ago. We're known for that.
And then my first real interaction though was with Zach at a First Friday a few years ago, where he actually was kind enough, because I was working with Undo, to offer me to be part of the Dope Squad, and I just thought that it was such an amazing concept to bring everyone together, and how much everyone just spreads the love and positivity and just wants to like help one another, that I was like, absolutely.
No, I haven't. Sorry.
This hat.
Oh, wow, okay.
Yep.
I bought a cap, a camouflage Mary Jane SmokeWear cap, and I bought some t-shirts, a bunch of t-shirts.
My first item that I purchased for Mary Jane SmokeWear was actually a hat. It has like purple and black plaid on it, and it said Mary Jane SmokeWear in purple, and I just love, she's nodding her head because she loves purple. I just love the way that their logo, like their cursive writing in their logo, it's so beautiful. And so once I bought one shirt, I was addicted.
Got a tank top from Zach a couple years ago. It was white with a little panda on it.
The Stony Panda?
That was the Stony Panda. Yeah, I like that one.
That's your favorite one?
Yeah, I'm a tank top guy, and I've worn that multiple times.
Was given like a Mary Jane SmokeWear shirt that I still actually have.
I have 3 separate hats, and I represent them anytime I do any kind of public cooking.
It's a shirt, and it has a piece of toast on it that says Mary Jane SmokeWear on the toast, and it says weed, it's what's for breakfast.
There's two, and I think y'all might know them too. One of them people thought was a collaboration, which was great, It's their stone turtle, a smoking turtle. It's great. Looks like he's just hovering over the grass. And then the other one is the Ninja Turtle smoking in the turtle van.
Both of the turtle ones. We had to give it. I mean, I asked.
I'd say the Handy series. I like the Handies.
The handy glass one.
Yeah, that's my favorite. I just bought one the last time.
So the bucket hat and the dope sack, because I don't go anywhere without my dope sack.
I got one of these in the all white. Yeah. The legalized USA Mary Jane SmokeWear hat. Definitely.
Okay.
But I also have a tie-dye shirt from the tie-dye event. That's pretty dope.
I love so much stuff from there. I wish I had more money to buy more stuff.
Don't we all?
But honestly, legit, the sweatshirts are the bomb. So, like, that's probably my favorite items that Mary Jane SmokeWear has.
Oh, the green crop top one that we both have.
Yeah. But I mean, the softness of all of it, you know, it just feels so good on the inside and cozy. And you know me, I love the cozy stuff.
Well, I really like the clothes, the shirts. So we won this embroidered jacket.
Yes, that is so dope.
That is the coolest.
Probably the Mary Jane.
Virgin Mary?
The Virgin Mary t-shirt.
As a neurologically impacted person with this really weird syndrome, it seems to help stabilize me. And as a scientist, I'm learning how I can help stabilize other people with it. So I'm thinking we can bring a lot of benefit and good to everyone's health.
So I guess with my anxiety, you know what I mean? It helps me with coping with daily stuff from life, you know what I mean? The struggles that we all go through. It kind of keeps me focused. I like to get high and create some of my designs. I like to get high and just work on my brand and kind of network with people. So it's really a healing. You know, us being tribal, we really believe it's medicine. And I think that it's been medicine for years and years. And our people, my mission is to kind of show tribal people that it is a medicine.
So I started investigating on the benefits and everything, and I saw that it really did have a lot of benefits. And I mean, I had my sister-in-law try it, and what really truly convinced me is her son, who's 2 years old, that was diagnosed with autism, and my bread is the only bread he will eat. Aww. And it does help him.
It definitely has made it a easier topic to talk to one another about mental health. And I think that that's such a huge thing out there right now that a lot of people are finally feeling comfortable to open up about. And to be honest, I think cannabis has really helped with that because of the fact that patients are able to find ways to medicate to help with their mental health. There's a lot of talks that go on throughout the cannabis community in regards to mental health. And so I think that that's just one of the amazing things that this plant has done and given that opportunity.
Always kind of said that I'm not a medical cannabis user. Recently, within the last 3 or 4 years, I've recognized that anxiety. I do actually have depression, so it seems to help regulate mood, things like that. I've never had, fortunately, I've never had addiction problems or pain meds, but seeing people deal with that and deal with real medical issues, it changed my life being able to participate in that. Selling beer, there's probably 30 or 40 people around here that have heard me say I sold beer for 10 years and nobody ever came up and said, I'm really feeling a lot healthier because I started drinking more of your beer. And every day in cannabis, you get people that got to the point of hopelessness before they would try. They'd never
see the outcome. You see it being
never would have tried
successful.
it.
Yeah.
Never would have tried it. And now they walked into a dispensary and they tried something that worked for them and took them from waking up at 4 every day to waking up at 6. And I want to participate in that and I want to be part of that. And I also like cannabis. It makes me feel better.
First time I've used cannabis was, I believe I was about 12 years old. Me and a buddy of mine, he got it from his older brother. We went up on the roof and we smoked out and we couldn't get off. You know what I mean? So it took us about an hour to find our way down off the roof. And it was about a 10-foot roof. It wasn't really that high, so we were the ones that were high.
To you because you were so high.
We were the ones that were high. Exactly.
I actually grew up smoking.
Oh, okay.
And I was very young when I stopped.
My father's a cop and took me to a Reba McEntire concert in Oklahoma City. and we went to get a baseball signed, and the door to the tour bus opened, and a big puff of smoke came out. And my dad was like, "Don't stand in the smoke." And it was all cannabis smoke. So I was like, that was a weird smell, because my grandparents smoked cigarettes. That's not what that smell was.
Oh, okay, so it hit you differently. Okay.
Yeah, so yeah, shout out to Reba for introducing me to cannabis.
I probably was about 12 years old.
And what was your story?
I got a hold of it from my dad and stole it and got high.
How'd you smell? What'd you see? Like you stole his joint, or was it? Or you put it in a pipe? What was the story?
I think I found a joint and then I just, smoked it.
We used a pencil and we rolled up the tinfoil and then we took it off and then we twisted and then we made our little bowl.
Oh yeah, it was in 2003.
Oh wow,
Yes.
you're not a. This one's a late bloomer.
That was a late bloomer. That was in July of 2003 in Thailand. I was laughing so hard my first time. I was looking high. I was laughing so hard.
I do, guys. This is actually not really a great story, but the pastor's daughter and I used that first page in the Bible that they're just, it's like clear tissue paper, and we rolled some really ugly joints and they tasted terrible, and there was a cemetery right next door too. We smoked in a cemetery next to a church with the pastor's daughter. That's Sheena's first time smoking.
My first real memory that comes to mind when I think of it is I was like 14 or 13, sitting in the back of my buddy's car, and I swear like 2 hours had passed by. I was tripping, smoking a blunt, it was great. And then my buddy came back, said it was 5 minutes. So it was like time had just stopped. And that was my first really good. I got another one. It wasn't my first time, but my buddy's first time growing up. He got stoned with us in a wash, and as we're walking out, the first thing he says is, "Man, I got the foodies."
The foodies, the munchies.
Backseat of a 1995 blue Ford Explorer, my buddy Steve-O driving, and kid named Oreo in the front seat. And I was in the back, and they handed me, and I burnt my thumb.
You burnt your thumb?
And we were on our way to like a lake. I don't know what we were, but kids.
Were you stoned out of your mind that day?
Yes.
It was in California, in Santa Barbara, with my friend Julia, and it was out of a can that we had crushed from drinking soda and used a safety pen that was always on our clothes because it was the 90s, so we had safety pens on our clothes all the time, and poked holes in it and smoked out of that under the pier at the beach.
At the beach.
Yeah.
One of my friends when I was like 14.
Do you remember what happened? Was it a funny story or?
Not really. He literally just like, "Hey, you trying to hit this?" Was like, "Sure, whatever."
I was just hanging out with some friends. I was 18, 19, yeah. Couldn't remember who.
End of freshman year of high school, like summer freshman year of high school.
What was the story?
Somebody handed me a piece. No, we made it ourselves. It was an aluminum foil pipe. Aluminum foil, fold it up, make your own little pipe, smoke out of that. Okay. And then we graduated to apples and all kinds of shit. Probably a butthole. No, I'm kidding. That never actually happened. You can't do that. I don't think you can do that. Like a 98 K car. It was a little Chrysler.
Okay.
And we just, we hotboxed the shit out of that thing. And everybody get out, take their shirts out, and set them on the curb. And we'd all just sitting there. And that's. Yeah, because
so you wouldn't smell.
So you wouldn't smell, yeah. Then we used to wear like 3 and 4 T-shirts back then too. So, but yeah,
that's funny.
Hotboxing is definitely. We found some very inventive ways to hotbox all kinds of different stuff back in the day.
What's the craziest thing you hotboxed? I would say mine was a tent. Whoa. I was gonna say a tent. Mine was a tent, and we hotboxed a tent. Like we put tent blankets. Yeah. Porta potty. Oh my god, did that stink?
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. It was awful. It's awful.
Oh my god.
I'm kind of wishing that I hadn't done this interview now.
Okay.
I don't know.
Dabbing out of a grapefruit has been the craziest one.
You dabbed out of a grapefruit?
Yeah.
One of my friends in art school went and found a baby doll and a baby Jesus in a nativity set and turned it into a bomb.
Oh, okay.
Baby Jesus bong.
Chili pepper. Yeah,
Lips in a
jalapeno
burn?
pepper. No. No.
Oh, wow.
Me and my ex-sister-in-law, we didn't have a pipe, and we had some peppers, and so we just made a joint out of it. Or a pipe out of it.
A shotgun pellet, that was fucking
shotgun
horrible.
pellet?
I was on the res, and then a friend was just like, "Hey, you trying to hit out of this?" I was like, "What?" I was like, "It's a little shotgun pellet." Looks like someone's blasting shotguns out here.
No, nothing crazy.
Yes, it was an aluminum foil pipe.
A screw, maybe a large screw that we pack like a bowl, and we kind of added another, long piece to it, put it in a bong, and just let it rip. So
It's kind of similar to the whole half-baked aspect, where we took a cucumber, chopped off the top, and hollowed it out a little bit to create a bowl, threw it in the top of a snorkel for the mouthpiece, and then filled that bottom part with some water.
Okay.
Just a little bit so we still had some airflow, and we created a mini bong out of that. We had nothing to smoke out of, and we were watching that movie, so it worked.
They have those, like the homemade water bongs. When you would just cut open the gravity bongs, yeah. You would cut open the 5-gallon jug from your water bottle, your water bubbler, and then you just kind of fill it with. That was probably the craziest thing.
We hollowed out a 15-pound pumpkin and turned that into a bong one time, and then got banned on Instagram.
I like indica batters.
So we got an oil smoker over here. No, mostly that's what you say, right? You don't, or you like flower more?
I like them both.
Both.
Because you can't forget about the flower because that's where everything comes from.
Well, right now, I really like dabs, but not just dabbing straight up hot stuff. I like the nice cold starts to really get the whole terpene and cannabinoid releases. And I definitely am looking for things that are lower THC and higher in total cannabinoid counts.
Indicas and then sativas in the morning most definitely keep me concentrated.
There's certain sativas that I can't mess with, unfortunately. Just the anxiety level is a little too high, which I just learned today, by the way, that has to do with the terpenes that are in those, not with the
plant
flower itself. So I was like, oh, that's kind of cool. I am definitely a hybrid or indica girl. Give me a heavy indica any day, and I'm a happy camper.
Sativa helps me in the morning, and it also really makes it so I don't want to be angry with people during the day. Indica sometimes makes me a little too sedated during the day, and people are like, "Are you there? Is everything okay?" But yeah, I'm more of an indica girl by preference, but I do medicate with sativa during the day so that I can get things done. We have stuff to do today, guys. Yeah.
It's probably Master Kush, which I can't ever find it anymore, or Gorilla Glue.
Zookies. That's one of our strains. We cultivated ourselves.
I would say of this moment probably like ice cream cake, I like Gonzo as well.
Birthday cake, wedding cake, headliner. Love Stingy OG. Zeta Sage, Big Sur Holy, Pink Panties, Blue Dream.
I would probably have to say, Seth Rogen would be a lot of fun to smoke with. Yeah, his laugh really kind of gets me.
Yeah, his laugh.
Yeah, and being up in Canada with his own personal branding, and he's doing a lot of interesting things out there, and I gotta respect that too.
Beyonce.
Barack Obama, for sure.
Oh, explain that one. Why is that?
Because I think it'd be cool to say that you smoked with Barack Obama. And I think he would have some exceptionally interesting things to say, and I think there's a pretty good chance that he would get higher than me.
Burner from the Cookies Company. I really love what he's done. I took some plays from his book to kind of model our company, something like that. The way he mixes culture with cannabis culture. I kind of say I'm doing the same thing with Native American culture and cannabis culture. So I would love to spark a joint with him and just kick back and talk where the industry's going and what he thinks of, some tribal issues.
I think the Hornet.
The Hornet, the bee
Yeah.
hornet.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
why
yeah.
is that?
Why? Why not? 'Cause
Well-
they're waxy, yeah.
They're waxy.
Yeah. I like the beeswax.
Probably, I'm more of the stony turtle, but also I love Fuck the DEA. That's like my favorite. I would love to be on the front of the t-shirt just giving everyone the finger because I don't usually do that. So.
Cactus.
The cactus?
Yeah.
Why is the cactus?
Why not?
Are you a prick?
I've been called worse.
The panda.
The panda. Can you give us an explanation why the panda?
Because they give the best hugs. And I'm all about spreading the love. So I would be the stoner panda. You would just hug me and we would roll around and be happy.
Of course.
The goddess. And why is that?
Because she's fine, you know? I mean, she got it going on.
I think I'd actually be one of like the models in that, what is it, the Indian
The
one?
goddess?
Yes, that. She's very feminine because, you know.
Woman empowerment?
Exactly.
Smoky Turtle.
Smoky Turtle, and why is that?
Because I'm always chill, laid back.
Dope Pope.
Yeah.
The Pope-a-dope,
The
okay.
Pope-a-dope,
Why
yeah.
is that? Let's give us the answer.
Oh man, he's the Pope of dope.
I really believe in it. You know, it's connected people. If you look around, my partners are here, my friend's here. She's a partner in a brand that we're creating. So it's really awesome to see that the plant connects people. You know what I mean? It's awesome to get high and kick around intelligent conversations and really kind of just push the passion.
I always knew that I wanted to be somehow part of the industry. I just didn't know where my niche was. And then I'm a nail tech, been doing nails for years, and I thought, why not add CBD to nail polish? And so it just kind of made me have my niche to get in to the community and to have a product and be part of it all.
Probably business-wise, it's changed me in a complete different realm in my life of levels of like understanding that this is medicine and I'm able to, you know, market it and produce it and grow it for my own Native American people, and that it's helped with fighting the opiate pandemic of the reservations with fentanyl uses, and really opened my eyes of how our youth needs to be awoke with this medicine, because now we're fighting more of a war against opiates and fentanyl because they're not eating it, they're more snorting it on the reservation. And so we need to bring more awareness to this. And with the medicine that we are now being able to legally and federally grow on our reservations, that's going to give kids jobs. That's going to give our drug dealers jobs. And so we're going to be able to make a curve in Indian country where we don't have to have a pandemic of fentanyl coming on a reservation and killing our youth. Because that's what's next.
Coming from the East Coast and going back to the East Coast recently, like for real, Arizona, we live in the future. I can walk down the street, smoking a joint, walking my dog, and wave to my neighbors and smile.
Yeah, if you want to find more about tribal cannabis, follow us on Green Chief Farms on Instagram, or you could follow our brand. It's called thegreenchiefbrand.com for all our designs and keep up on tribal cannabis and what we're doing out in California.
Trap Culture AZ on Instagram. Our next big event is CannaFest. It's going to be at Golfland Sunsplash on September 18th. The fact that you're going to be able to smoke weed and then go lay on a raft on the lazy river is absolutely amazing.
Just keep doing what y'all are doing. If y'all don't know, get you something from Mary Jane SmokeWear. Whether it's their own custom products or you send them your logo and get your own stuff made. They do all kinds of things. Hit them up on Instagram, Mary Jane SmokeWear, and Queen Tina, 420 right here.
Thank you so much.
Of course.
And please follow Tom's Palms and Mary Jane SmokeWear right now if you don't. Everyone has Instagram. Go follow.
Bye. Moment where you wish you were not that ever high besides your first time?
Yeah, yesterday I had to speak on a panel, and a guy gave me, it was a tribal cannabis panel we were speaking on here yesterday, and a guy gave me infused coffee, and I thought it was only CBD. I wasn't going to get high until about after the panel. I ended up drinking the coffee an hour before the panel, and I'm sitting there saying, God, I'm high. What am I going to say? You know what I mean? What am I going to think of? So yesterday was one of those times.